Welcome! Have I got a treat for all you 80s kids out there, as well as for anyone who's ever seen that unique Masters of the Universe live action movie? They actually made a Skeletor action figure based on the 1987 movie. So let's go ahead and unbox the Skeletor to check out the action figure. Here is the Skeletor action figure ready to unbox. So I'm going to go ahead and take him out from the bottom end right here. And as you can tell, there is some tape that secures the packaging, but I've already pre-cut that. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up, open the flaps up like so, and then pull out the clear clamshell. And as you can see, we have the action figure, his accessories. They're all nice and secure in the clamshell. He's got some strapping here as well as at the bottom of his feet, keeping him secure. And his cloth cape does come out from the back side. So, give me 1 second to get this action figure ready to showcase to you. So, let's go ahead and check out Skeletor's articulation. Start with the head. There is very little movement. No real up and down, no real side to side. I think it's due to the restriction on his mantle right here, as well as the restriction on the back end right here, this piece of plastic. Makes it very hard to move. If you push it too far, this head will pop off. All right, let's go ahead and check out his arms. Not much for the T motion. Restriction right here due to the shoulder armor, but that's about as far as he can go. All right, let's check out the shoulder rotation. Nice 360. Perfect. Bicep rotation any? Yep, we got a nice rotation there. Elbows. That's about as far as it looks like he'll go. Looks like there should be some more articulation because it looks like it's double jointed. But I think based on this gauntlet, he is restricted. That's about as far as he's going to go there. All right, let's put him back to reset. Any rotation at the forearm? No. Wrist rotation. Spins very nicely. This wrist has a wave motion, while this wrist has a inward and an outward motion. All right, let's go ahead and get these arms up to check out the torso. Let's see. There is some rotation, but it does catch when you go from the left to the right. So that's about as far as I can go there. I can feel that there's something right here at the belt line. Yep, he can rotate around there at the belt line. So the rotation happens right here, letting him go further. This, I think, kind of gives you a little bit of left and right, but also very minor crunch motion. Let's see if he can do any more. Nope. And only this part, only right up here on the chest, can go up and down, but it's stays still right here at the ab area. This is a nice soft plastic. His cape is a bit of a nice cloth soft good. I think kind of a nylon. All right. These are a nice soft plastic. Let's check out the legs. Do a bit of a split, a little bit of restriction. These part kind of push him back down, push those legs back down. So you got to be restricted on the motion there. Let's check out the kick. Back kick, front kick, there we go. Not too bad. Let's check out, see if he's got any rotation right here. Upper thigh. Nice rotation right there. Knees. There you go. That's how they articulate. So not too bad, bend there. Let's see. Anything else? Nope, not there. Calf rotation. Really solid right there. Feet. They point down. They point up. And let's see. They rock side to side. Very nice. And they do have the holes for a display stand should you wish to use. And that seems to be about all his articulation for this action figure. Let me go ahead and put him back to reset. Don't think that there's anything else. Some limitations to articulate with this one. So, especially the head, that's a little bit disappointing right there. Well, let's check out the accessories. Classic Skeletor staff. That looks beautiful. I love that head, that top piece. Hard plastic. The staff itself, nice soft plastic right there. You get his alternate hands. This being a closed fist. As you can see, you really can't put anything in that one. And then this being an open hand version. Very nice. And then they go in with a little peg right there. And these just pop out really easily right here. You have the cosmic key that plays an important role in the movie. So, and this is hard plastic as well. Does have a little strap right here for him to, I guess, grip if need be. And then you have his sword, as you can see. Let me get his little details right there. Very nice, very nice. All right, well, let's go ahead and check out the size of the Skeletor. Now, this Skeletor action figure is stated to be 7 inches tall, but let's take the ruler to it to see how tall it really is. I have to say that this Skeletor is more like 7 1/8 inches tall from his feet to the top of his cowl. Here are some of my old school He-Man action figures next to the Skeletor to give you an idea of this figure's size comparison. And for fun, here is Skeletor with other Skeletors just so you can see a few varieties of him. Now let's take a closer look at the 80s movie version Skeletor and the accessories he comes with. The head sculpt of Skeletor looks fantastic and spot on to the movie version. I wonder how many hours of makeup and prosthetics the actor had to endure to get this look. The armor design looks just like the movie version, but I think Mattel lightened up the colors some using purple, as the movie version used a much darker color, almost black. Here you can see the cosmic key being held by Skeletor, which is expertly designed with all the details shown. It's actually a very important movie plot piece, as it's used to create a portal to Earth that He-Man and his companions use to escape Skeletor's overwhelming forces. Now I'm just loving the leg clothing with all the little details on it. You can make out skulls, beetles, monsters, and other motifs on it. Such a great design piece. Skeletor is also sporting some nicely designed cybernetic gauntlets. It's cool to see all those buttons and dials on it. Now Skeletor isn't Skeletor without his iconic Havoc staff, and boy does it look great. I honestly love the look of the movie version staff over the cartoon version, as it looks more menacing. I mean, that is such a great ram skull design that they used on it. You also have the power sword that Skeletor wields should he want to engage in hand-to-hand combat. And just check out the hilt, it's such a great design, and I'm really digging the skulls that they used on it. The back of Skeletor looks really awesome too. You get a nice soft goods cape made from what I think is nylon. The mantle and the hood have a nice texture and folds throughout, but it's the backside medallion piece that does it for me here. It was on the movie version as well, and Mattel did not overlook it and made sure that it was on this figure too. And it has such a nice pattern design to it as well, such a nice touch. As I mentioned earlier, this Skeletor is based on the live-action movie Masters of the Universe, released in 1987. Dolph Lundgren plays He-Man, which sadly there isn't an action figure of that I know of. Frank Langella is Skeletor, which he's awesome as, and you even have Courtney Cox in this movie as a California Earth girl that He-Man meets. Now I have to say that this is quite a unique movie that I feel, outside of using the character names, has really not much to do with the actual toy line or cartoon, but almost an entirely different Masters of the Universe reality. There's a ton of laser gun fighting in this movie if I remember correctly. Now I will leave a link to the movie trailer in the description below so you can see what I'm talking about. Now don't get me wrong, it's still an awesome movie for what it is, it's just different from the cartoon which I grew up with. Now let's take a look at some of the packaging highlights from the Skeletor action figure here. Mattel provides a nice front window to showcase the Skeletor figure and all the accessories he comes with. The left side has a nice Skeletor illustration of him holding the cosmic key as well as the staff. The back side has an even more epic illustration of Skeletor readying to launch some evil magic within his throne room. There's also a movie character description on the right side, and you also get to see additional Masters of the Universe action figures being released in this wave from Mattel. Now let me share with you some of my pros and cons opinions of the Skeletor action figure. The pros. The fandom. I have to say that this is a great movie memorabilia piece that gives homage to the live action movie as well as bring up those feelings and nostalgia of those campy 80 movies from back then. Stability. I was pleasantly surprised on how well this action figure stood up when trying to pose it without the aid of a display stand. Paint job and textures. Mattel did a great job here on this Skeletor, really capturing the quality and look from this movie version. The cons. Articulation. It's not that this action figure doesn't have it, but there are some pieces that restrict full movement that it is very difficult to achieve any dynamic poses with it, especially within the arms and head area. The grip. Maybe it's just me, but when placing Skeletor's staff or his sword in hand, they would at times reposition themselves in odd angles and not stay straight, so you may have to take some time to adjust them a bit to get them into your desired position. Again, if you're a fan of that live-action Masters of the Universe movie, you're gonna love this Skeletor. There wasn't a link on the Mattel website on this action figure that I could find, but as of the date of this episode, you shouldn't have any trouble finding it online or at most of your big box retail stores. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this Skeletor review, and if you did, give that like button a smash to let me know, and consider subscribing to the Nerdmazing channel to be a part of the community. So, are you ready to check out more collectibles like this? Or maybe something like this is more your style? Well, thanks for joining me here at Nerdmazing, and as always, be passionate in what you do, share your passion with others, and be kind to one another, as this world can always use more goodness in it. This is Adam with Nerdmazing, and I'll see you next time.